Hi folks, Chuck here. Hope you're all enjoying your holiday season. I'm making this video as a response to my friend out there, Jim, and I'm going to direct this to you, Jim, for a video called Unconditional Love, and Does God Live It? And I'd first like to start out by saying that I'm glad that my videos will make you stop to think, Jim. I really am. And we're going to come back to that point in a second. I first want to talk about unconditional love, and maybe I didn't explain myself in the original video very well. I don't think I am a very well-spoken person, and I kind of stumble over my words sometimes. Unconditional love, to me, means my children were not asked to be born. Now, as you mentioned in your video about my having rules, yes, of course I have rules for my children, and there are consequences if they break those rules. I make those rules for my children because I love them. Of course, just as you do, just as any good parent does. However, one thing I would not do is if my children broke all of the rules that I've laid down for them, I would not cast them into an eternal hell. Okay, now maybe I can even explain it a little bit better. God created man. Man never asked to be created. It is a creation of God's. Now, in your video, you said God does unconditionally love us. However, you went on to say that He does have demands on us. Maybe as any good parent would have demands on their children. However, the expectation of God that you must believe in Him to enter the kingdom of heaven is conditional. If I don't believe in God, if I don't accept Him into my life as my creator, I enter eternal hell. Now, I'm shortening the story, certainly, I'm shortening up the thought of that, but in a nutshell, that's how it has been portrayed to me, and I find that extremely conditional love. An unconditional God who was the creator of man would let its children enter heaven no matter what. Those are my thoughts. That's how I view it. I'm interested to hear any other opinions about it, as I was very interested to hear your opinion about it, Jim. Now, let's get back to my videos making you think, and an assumption on your part that I'm an atheist. Now, I can't remember in any video that I've ever made that I have stated that I'm an atheist, or an agnostic, or a Christian, or a Muslim, or anything. I haven't stated my personal beliefs. I think I did say in one that I was brought up Protestant, and I at one time lost my faith. Well, that doesn't mean I'm not a Christian now, and it doesn't mean I am a Christian now. My personal beliefs are just that. I choose to keep my personal beliefs personal. And so, in that respect, you've suggested that God has put it into your heart to, I don't know, not watch over me, but to not convert me, but that you're concerned about for lack of a better way to put it, my personal beliefs. And that's very admirable on your part, but it comes from an assumption of my personal beliefs. And again, I choose to keep my personal beliefs personal. The reason, another point too, the fact that I ask questions like I do, primarily about Christianity, because that's my background. I've also made questions about Islam. The fact that I ask those questions doesn't mean I'm not a Christian. I think it's actually mandatory that someone who believes in a dogma, or who has a belief in an unproven God, or an unproven heaven or an unproven hell, should always ask these questions. I think it's healthy. My point in making the videos is to make people who unquestionably do not ask these questions of themselves or of their own belief to think about it a little bit. Maybe even fine-tune their beliefs. Whatever. I think it's healthy to ask questions about religion in a constructive way. So, just a couple of thoughts, Jim, and I'm really pleased that you made a video response to me instead of a million comments like you usually do, which I really also like. And by the way, I really did like the joke at the end of your video. I got a real chuckle out of it. So this is Chuck signing off. Till next time.